Unit 13. Step up to IELTS listening. Section 4, questions 7 to 10. Listen to the next part of the lecture.
I'd like to focus for a moment on the influence of climate on architecture. For example, in Greece, where there is a moderate rainfall and strong light, they adopted low-pitched roofs and few window openings. The ancient people of Egypt constructed buildings with flat roofs and small windows, as Egypt has a dry climate with bright light. However, in the colder climates of the northern hemisphere, countries like Sweden and Switzerland, they resorted to steep pitched roofs to allow the snow to run off. And for people living in a river delta where the land is prone to flooding, you will often find houses built on stilts to keep them clear of the water, places such as Vietnam. So, what materials are generally used? Well, stone, brick, concrete and wood have been the traditional building materials. But from the earliest times, stone has generally been chosen for important structures because of its durability and workability. The main types of construction are shown here in your handout. Now have a look at the illustrations on page 1. Firstly, we have the post and lintel made out of stone. The posts, or columns as they're also known, stand perpendicular to the ground. You can then lay another stone across the top of two columns, and this is called a lintel or beam. However, for this type of construction to work, it's important that the columns are close to one another and that the space between the columns is not more than twice the width of the two columns. This structure was very popular in ancient Egypt and Greece. Another very common technique in building was the arch. An arch can span a wider space than a post and lintel and is remarkably strong. The Romans were very keen on this form of structure, and you will find Roman arches still standing today, as strong as when they were first built. At the top of the arch is a stone known as the keystone, which provides the arch with its strength. Roman arches were never pointed at the top. The pointed arch, known as the Gothic arch, came sometime later. These days, large buildings are usually built with reinforced concrete. Unlike the buildings of the ancient Greeks and Romans,